Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football and welcome to Friday Night Live Bundesliga action. The actual game here exclusively on That's Football with me, Mark Goldbridge, and I've been looking forward to this one. It's Bayern Munich against Mönchengladbach. We get to watch probably, arguably, the best team in the world at the moment. Is that a big statement? Well, look, we're going to find out. They're on the side of the draw of Real Madrid and Man City. And if they get through this game, this midweek game in the Champions League next week, they'll play Real Madrid or Man City. But tonight, they're top of the league in the Bundesliga, and it's definitely time to check back in on Bayern Munich. So very excited about this. Mönchengladbach, look, we've watched them a few times this season. There are some interesting players to keep an eye on. Tabakovic up front can score a goal. They've got a few young players like Karsdorp, Rocco Reitz, interesting as well. If you're an American, Scally, right back. But look, Bayern Munich should be comfortable favourites to win this, but they have dropped points this season, and maybe they could drop points tonight. The Bayern Munich team, just for your information, Manuel Neuer in goal, Laimer at right back, Upamecano, Kim Min-jae and Bischoff as the back four, Kimmich and Goretzka with Musiala. The first time I've watched Musiala since the Club World Cup actually, and then they've got Lennart Karl, Luis Diaz and Nicholas Jackson starting up front. Not too sure where Harry Kane is. Not too sure why Michael Olise is on the bench. And Gnabry's also on the bench as well. But no Harry Kane tonight. If anybody can give me any information on that, because I've sort of been panicking a little bit. Brands MCs is Angry Ginger and Bov Boys live in a mansion now. Unless it's got something to do with me or the Bundesliga, mate. I don't really know what you want me to do about that. I mean, Angry Ginger live. I mean, that's breaking news there from Brands that Angry Ginger is doing a live stream. Probably only his 600th live stream of his career, but there we go. Roy Keane. Harry Kane has a knock. Hopefully it's nothing too serious then. Hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. But he's got a knock, according to everybody in the chat there. Well, look, maybe that makes Bayern Munich a little bit vulnerable tonight. Again, don't know why Michael Olise isn't starting either. So, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh, no, Angry Ginger and Bob Boys live in a mansion now, says Brands. Oh, so it's a bit like Sidemen and the Beta Squad. They've moved in a house together then. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying copycats. I think they've got the same manager, haven't they? So what works? What works? It's a bit like it's a bit like Sir Alex building another new team, isn't it? Well done. I'm sure that imagine the scrapes they're going to get into and the content they'll make. So yeah, I'm sure it'll be very successful. Well done. Well, I have got a bit of rivalry with Ginge, haven't I? I want my team to beat him. Match volume is a bit low. No, it's not. It's absolutely what it's always been set to because I haven't messed about with it from last time. Thank you very much. Look, apologies for the last 2 weeks. We sort of had our mid-season break over the last 2 game weeks. So that's why we weren't here for the last 2 weeks. But we are here with you every week now until the end. Apart from one game week where Man United are playing Bournemouth. And it's annoying because we have actually got a good game week that week. So I don't know whether we just play the actual match footage that week because it's a game I wanted to do because it's Diamonde. It's Leipzig. And it's next week we've got Mönchengladbach against St. Pauli. But the week after that it's Leipzig against Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim are in the top 3 and Leipzig are 5th. So I was really looking forward to that. But it's bang on Man United and Bournemouth. So I've got to do Man United Bournemouth, obviously. But we might just play the game footage that night because it's a good game. And then in April, we've got Hoffenheim again, who are going for Champions League football. St. Pauli against Cologne will be a good game. And haven't announced anything further there. Okay, we're up and running. We're at the Allianz Arena in Munich. And, I mean, look, Bayern should be winning this game. I hope the camera changes a little bit because that seems very far away to me. There we go. Yeah. There is game volume. To be honest with you, it doesn't get much better. It's not actually that loud anyway. I mean, I could knock it up a little bit, but traditionally, I don't think that the... There you go. It's a little bit louder now. I think in fairness, and I don't want to be like that guy, but I think the atmosphere in Munich, and look, there's probably, you know, more hardcore Bundesliga fans than me. I mean, that's a great look at behind the goal there. That looks good. But there we go. They're jumping around now. But their atmospheres aren't necessarily as good as some other Bundesliga ground, although they're getting to go now. Robin says, Friday night Bundesliga, baby. Great to have it back. Yeah, well, it's an early corner here for Mönchengladbach. Copen TV says, I'm personally gutted because I don't get my Frankfurt Friday this week. Harry Kane's got a bit of a knock, Biggie, and Elise is on the bench with Gnabry. The thing is about Bayern Munich, I actually sympathise with them not probably being able to replicate the straight at Neuer with the cross there, with the shot there. They probably can't replicate the atmosphere that you get in other Bundesliga grounds because it's such a big ground. And having never been to Munich, they may get tourist fans. So, I don't know. Chicken Junkie says, do you think Spurs are going to go down this season? Yeah, quite like that manager look for the Baller League. I've got to start thinking about outfits for the Baller League. I bought one today. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I'll probably wear it week 1. Yeah, it's very Beckham. I don't know whether it's me. Baggy trousers, white trainers, and they're in here. Lennart Carl, what a player. Cuts it back. Oh, who's on the back post there? Is that Nicholas Jackson? Oh, may as well be a bloody cardboard cutout. That was a good cross. God, we're back up and running again here. The flow of the Bundesliga is so much quicker than the Premier League, isn't it? I'm not saying it's better than the Premier League. I mean, that's a conversation you can have yourself. You see the T sign there? That's people sat in white because of T-Mobile. Every Bayern Munich home game, those people sit there in white to create the T. It's not seats, that's actual people. So, but yeah, like, I'm not saying it's better standard of football. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But they do get the game flowing a lot quicker in the Bundesliga. The games fly by when you're watching them. I think Mönchengladbach might get something out of this, you know. I mean, I know it's early days, but no Kane, no Elise. Could be. Beast says, Mark, if you're doing Baller League, sign Stefan Illich. He has no team and he's really good. Well, he does have a team and I can't sign him. So I will tell you that for free. He's not in the draft. I've seen the draft list and he's not in it. So, and he's too good not to be in the game. So I've just turned up the sound as loud as it will go. Chris Cooper says, I'm going to watch Gladbach versus St. Pauli next week. They are my second team. Thank you very much for your super chat, Chris. Please do share the video if you're watching, by the way. Great to be back. We've got 2,000 watching already. Bayern Munich against Mönchengladbach. Friday night weekend starts here. And we have live footage of the Bundesliga every Friday night on That's Football with me, Mark Goldbridge, commentating. And we've got Bayern Munich tonight. Arguably a shout for the Champions League itself. I mean, obviously they are missing Kane and Elise tonight. But Musiala's on there. Luis Diaz is on there. Kimmich is there. Just watch your Spurs video, AMG says. Spot on all the way. Yeah, I've had some good feedback about that. Specifically about players knowing that they, I'm not using Van der Ven as an example, but I am. If you're Van der Ven and you want to go and play for Liverpool, you're better off getting relegated. And Spurs fans don't want to hear this, but if I'm the agent of Van der Ven, lovely play by Bayern, cuts it, oh no, they're going to clear it. If I'm the agent of Van der Ven, I'm saying, obviously don't down tools, but if Spurs get relegated, we're going to make a lot more money and you're going to get an easier move. For the simple reason, Spurs will have to sell, teams will get him for a cheaper price, and he'll get more of a signing on fee. So I think they're in a very, very difficult position, Spurs, because their better players know that they're in a good position to go. Just wanted to say I'm a huge fan, says Brawling George. Thank you, pal. Hopefully you're going to be supporting our Bundesliga team, our Baller League team anyway. Very excited. Baller League actually started in Germany. Season 3, we've got our own team, Gold Devils FC. I'm doing the draft on Monday, so we'll know our full squad on Tuesday. Kit launch on Monday, and then week on Monday it all starts for the next 12 weeks after that. And I think season 1 of the US Baller League starts. I mean, I just think we should go over with our teams and play against the US teams and absolutely batter them, because they'll be shit compared to us. Harky says, wow, this is amazing. Live Bundesliga, Mark is moving up in the world. We have been doing it since the start of the season, mate. But maybe because it's Bayern, some people are tuning in as newbies, so you're very welcome. Make sure you subscribe. Any chance you could sign Malacia to your team? And Heroic says, is Kane injured or suspended? He's got a slight knock, so hopefully it's just... Look, they've got a bit of a gap at the top of the league at the moment, Bayern Munich. They are currently, I think, 9 points clear of Dortmund because they beat them last week. So I would hope that Vincent Kompany's just looking at it going, we can probably beat Mönchengladbach at home anyway and give people like Elise and Kane a bit of a rest for the key weeks coming up. With regards to Mönchengladbach, they are actually 12th at the moment. So mid-table. I've not looked at the relegation, but Heidenheim are going down. I'd predicted that a long time. They're bottom with 14 points. And then Wolfsburg with Eriksson, a second from bottom on 20 points. And Werder Bremen are third from bottom with 22 points. So we could lose a couple of big German clubs this year, because it was at one point Mainz and St. Pauli. Actually, only 2 go down, don't they? It's 2 up, 2 down. But St. Pauli have had a bit of a bounce back. They lost about 20 games in a row, but they've won 3 of their last 4, St. Pauli. Yeah, it's Wolfsburg who are in trouble at the moment. Hamburg and Cologne look like they're going to stay up, doing very, very well. Although Cologne are only 4 points off safety, 24 points on 13th place. And Hamburg are only 6 points. It's very tight down there. Mark signed Kevin Wegan. He's the best ball striker in the world, in the league. What, for Man United, Umar? 3 go down, they have relegation playoffs, says Chris. Do they? I thought they only had 2. Bayern in here, good cutback. Diaz. Edge of the box. Goretzka. What a ball. What a goal. Offside. He's a very good player, Carl. I mean, I don't know whether he'll go to the World Cup with Germany, but we saw him at the start of the season sort of breaking out, and yeah, he's offside, isn't he? You can just tell, but lovely finish. Low centre of gravity player. They're very, very... He's got a bright future. He's got a bright future. King says, since when did the overlap get rights to this? The overlap and me, that's football, we, have had Friday night footage for weeks. Umar says, for Gold Devils, check his highlights out. Is he actually in the draft, though? Yor says, I'd love to see Bayern lose this. Well, you never know. You never know. What do you think would happen to Spurs in the Championship? I'd like to say they'd come back, but I just don't know how many players they would lose. As I said, I think one of the biggest problems Spurs have got in their relegation battle is that they've got no Harry Kane. They've got no Son. They've got no player that you go, they care about Spurs. So if they go down because of that, why would any of them players want to stay because of that? Think about when Juventus got relegated, some of their big players like Buffon stayed, didn't they? Because they felt it would just be one season. If Spurs kept some of their big players, they probably would bounce back. But if they don't, hard. Very, very hard. Angry Ginge and you are going head-to-head in the Ballers. Yeah, Seb's coming down as assistant coach for that game. You should be getting good sound from the crowd, because I can definitely hear it. It can go a little bit louder, but I think it's about right there. Spurs don't have any big players, says Iron Blue. I like Bergvall. I think Vuskovic, who's playing in the Bundesliga at Hamburg, is a good player. Obviously, he's never played for Spurs, but I think he's a good player. And, oh, God. Caught in possession here. Lovely feet by Goretzka. Good tackle. Now a chance for Mönchengladbach. Yeah, Bayern is starting to go through the gears a little bit here. Good feet by Nicholas Jackson, but that ball has stayed in. Poor defending there to let Nicholas Jackson get back at him. You feel like there might be a Bayern Munich goal coming in here. Interesting to see what they do with Nicholas Jackson at Bayern. They were looking at Voltemada. Shot by Carl straight at the goalkeeper. Yeah, they were looking at Voltemada in the summer. Bayern. I mean, they're probably glad they're not now. My usual barber is a Spurs fan. Should I trust him, says Sam. That's gone out. BRT, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in, pal. You're an absolute legend. And thanks everyone who's tuning in here. Favourite team in the Bundesliga, Mark, says Nick Ash. I don't know that I have a favourite team. I mean, I did like Frankfurt, and I still do like Frankfurt, but they've had a bad season by their own standards. I mean, Hoffenheim are the team that are doing incredibly well. I mean, the top six at the moment, you've got Bayern Munich top with 64 points. By the way, Harry Kane scored 30 goals in 25 games. You've got Dortmund second on 52. And you've got Hoffenheim third on 46, joint with Stuttgart on 46. And then Leipzig on 44 in fifth place, and Leverkusen in sixth place with 43. Top four get Champions League football. Stuttgart and Hoffenheim are having a really good season. And Hoffenheim are weird because every time I watch them, they play crap. And then you don't watch them and they win 3 or 4-0. They're a weird team. A few people are having problems hearing the crowd, which is a weird one because I can hear it through my headphones and I don't have them on. So I don't know why it's not coming through for you, because it definitely is coming through on mine. There will be a 10 o'clock show tomorrow in the United Stand, Tommy. Yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out this audio issue. Yeah, apparently some people can hear it through their mobile, but when they're watching on their TV, it's not coming through. Yeah, I don't know what that would be all about. Absolutely no idea. Who do you think is going to win the Champions League, says Christine. Yeah, Mikey, thank you very much for your really useful help. It's very quiet. Try raising the volume of the game. Yeah, I haven't thought of that one, Mikey. You know, I haven't done... 10 minutes ago, I said it's at absolute maximum. Who do I think is going to win the Champions League? Probably... Well, I think Arsenal have got a chance. I think City have got a chance. And... Bayern Munich, maybe. I also think that... Can we rule out Barcelona, PSG? The reality is the draw dictates who's going to win it as well, because Man City or Real Madrid are going to go out. In 2 weeks, one of them will be out. Look, I'm not talking about the volume anymore. It gets really boring for people, right? But that's my headphones. And I'll tell you how loud it is on my OBS. I can hear it, and the headphones are away from me. So I also have it on full there. I don't know why it's not coming through for you. If there's a tech person out there, please inform us. But every other week it's worked absolutely fine. And for some reason, it's not coming through. So... there's nothing I can do about it. So asking me about it is just going to get you timed out. Just, yeah, I'm not changing anything else. So I'd rather just, if you want to talk about volume, then maybe you can exchange WhatsApp numbers and start talking about volume, because I just want to watch the game, because as long as the audio's there and you can hear me, that's all that matters to me. And also, Luxie says it's far better on your phone. Free kick, Kimmich. We're training, actually. It's our first training session tonight for the Baller League team. We've only got 6 players, but we've got about 20 at training, so I don't know whether we'll be able to pick up some trialists, but then you've got to try and get them in the draft as well. So 20 minutes gone already, still 0-0. I don't think Elise has got an injury. I think it's probably more about rotation and rest, to be honest. What do you think about the FA Cup weekend? I'm going to do Chelsea-Wrexham tomorrow, just out of interest, because it's Wrexham in the Championship at home to Chelsea. Although I thought Chelsea played very well on Wednesday night. I think that might be quite an interesting game. Thank you, Dickie. He says it's perfect on phone, but not on the TV. Well, that won't be anything to do with us then. There's literally nothing in our streaming platform that can dictate it's coming through on mobile fine and not on phone. In fact, there's no copyright, so I can definitely check it on mine. Intriguing. Mark, there is a volume issue. Please, can you sort it? Says Adam. And you're blocked. Thank you very much. There we go. Thought you were a comedian, didn't you? That died. Hi, Mark. Apparently YouTube has been bad for a while, says Symbiotic. This is what I mean. I've been doing this for years, and sometimes it's a problem at our end, and sometimes it's literally not our problem. Oh, she's been looking at a clean, natural British supplement. Oh, no, I'm not going to give him free advertising. Yeah, it's all right on my phone. What's your favourite kit in the Bundesliga this season, Mark? I should have worn it. I don't know where it bloody is. Oh, I've got it here, yeah. This is the best. It's the new Leipzig third kit. And Goldbridge on the back. In fact, I may as well just put it on. It's because I've not been doing it for 2 weeks. I forgot. Yeah, that is the nicest kit. It's meant to be going to dark. Ooh, cross came in from Mönchengladbach there. Yeah, FA Cup weekend. Yeah, FA Cup weekend. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest, and they're doing it straight after the international break as well. I think that they've messed up this year a lot with scheduling, and to give the FA Cup its own weekend, every bloody weekend the FA Cup's on, is a joke. Like, I'm not massively into the FA Cup. I can't help it. And a weekend exclusively of that. I'd rather we had some Premier League games as well. Can't you remember we used to get that after round 4? We used to get FA Cup and Premier League games on at the weekend, and if you were two Premier League clubs who were scheduled to play each other and you were out the cup, they'd let the game go ahead. They don't do that now. And Sunday's FA Cup games are rubbish. Fulham, Southampton, Port Vale, Sunderland, and Leeds, Norwich. Ooh. Ooh. Rangers play Celtic, though. And the F1's back, although I think it's at some stupid time. Kimmich. Oh, good shot. Keeper tips it over the bar. Probably, no, it was Carl with the shot again. He's already had 3 shots, Carl. It was Kimmich who did that. Nice ball by Goretzka. First time hit as well. He's going to be a hell of a player, that Carl. He is. He is. Welcome to the Members Club, Jason. Thanks for getting your badge in. Would you rather fight a polar bear or a gorilla? You can be strong, but a fair fight. Yeah, Sam, we're not doing that. This is Bundesliga live match footage. We're not doing polar bear or a gorilla fights. It's just not that vibe, I'm afraid, mate. But if I was as strong as one, I'd fight a gorilla because it hasn't got claws. What is the best match you've watched that didn't involve United, says Mike? Oh, I don't like these sort of questions, Mike. Because I'm getting older now and I don't have a encyclopedic memory. I always think that Portugal-Spain was a really good game in the World Cup that finished 3-3. I remember watching that and being captivated by it. Brilliant game. But there'll be plenty of others. Look, Brazil against Spain. Brazil against Germany in the 2014 World Cup was incredible because Brazil were the host nation. That was a moment. That was a moment. Domestic football. I remember that Newcastle-Liverpool game. I remember watching that Newcastle-Liverpool game when, was it Collymore won it? 4-3 at Anfield. That was a great game of football. There was probably a lot of games in the 90s that I watched on Sky that were just brilliant games of football when the games were a little bit more open. The first game I watched in its entirety, maybe it's just nostalgia because it was the first game I watched, but Spurs against Coventry in 1987 FA Cup final was the first game I remember watching on the TV in its entirety. I had been to a couple of games but to watch live, But that was the first one I remember watching on the TV. That was a bloody good final, that was. How is it possible to watch live football on YouTube but not Premier League? I think you need to rephrase that, Ration. I don't know what that is. Anyway, we've had half an hour already because this is what happens in the Bundesliga. There's 3 things that happen in the Bundesliga that make it a very good watch. 1, the crowds are incredible. 2, you normally get loads of goals. And Neuer jumps on that. 3, the game flows ridiculous because the Bundesliga have took it on themselves that they want games to flow really, really quickly. So it just goes a lot. When you watch a Bundesliga game, I'm not saying it's better quality than the Prem. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the flow of the game is so much quicker. The referees just get it going. I mean, they're not going to get it going here because there's an injury to somebody, but they won't play on it with it if there's an injury. But I mean, there's nothing in that at all. T-Boy says 4, you get paid to watch it. I don't get paid to watch it. That's not how rights work, mate. Premier League don't phone up Sky and say, we're going to give you money to watch, to put Arsenal-Liverpool on. Don't bite. How are you doing, Mark? How's your back? Oh, it's up and down, Abdullah. It is. I mean, the funny thing is, last night, I stayed in London in a bed on my own. And my back's better this morning. So now I'm thinking mattress has a big part to play. Yeah, the officials are competent, Stephen. Champions League is on Wednesday and Tuesday. And we're very busy on That's Football, actually, over the next few days. Because I'm doing Chelsea Wrexham tomorrow. And then Tuesday, we've got double watch-alongs because I'm doing Galatasaray-Liverpool at 5:45. And then I'm doing Newcastle-Barcelona at 8. And then on Wednesday night, I'm doing Leverkusen-Arsenal at 5:45. And then Real Madrid-Man City at 8. So That's Football's the place to be next week. However, Bayern Munich are playing against... That's an interesting cross. Let's see what happens with this first. I said Bayern Munich might win the Champions League in September. They looked amazing. The question was going to be, could they keep it going for a whole season? Because I think it's very difficult to stay playing well all season. Referee says play on. You see, that would have been a foul in the Premier League, but in the Bundesliga they don't buy the stupid fouls. Bayern Munich have got Atalanta, and obviously they're playing away first. So Bayern Munich should beat Atalanta, but the winner of Atalanta-Bayern Munich plays the winner of Real Madrid-Man City. So that's going to be a hell of a... If Bayern Munich beat Atalanta, that's going to be a hell of a quarter-final, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be a quarter-final. Only 2 German teams left in it because Dortmund got knocked out and Frankfurt got knocked out. So Leverkusen play Arsenal. So I think Arsenal will have too much for Leverkusen as well. Got some good players, Leverkusen, Grimaldo, but I don't think they'll have enough against Arsenal over 2 legs. But look, be interesting. Certainly be interesting. Mönchengladbach defending well here. It's not very much on the attack. They've got to get up the pitch. Leverkusen are playing Freiburg tomorrow. And last time out, they beat Hamburg 1-0. So just for Arsenal fans, I've got a Leverkusen top actually. I could wear that. Leverkusen, Grimaldo, Kwanzaa, Tapsoba, Garcia, Palacios. I don't know what's happened to Schick, because he didn't play last game, so I don't know whether he's fit. Look, they'll be able to put up a game, but I don't think they'll have enough to beat Arsenal. Can you make the shirt glow in the dark? Doesn't there need to be light on it to make it glow in the dark? I mean, I'll give it a try. don't feel like that's glowing. Goal! Bayern Munich! Turn the lights back on. It's Luis Diaz. Turn the lights off and we get a goal. Luis Diaz with the goal. And it will be given. You did feel like it was coming for Bayern Munich. Mönchengladbach not really offering anything. Look at the little ball. It's a lovely little ball. It's a great goal, isn't it? Watch that. Kim Min-jae into Goretzka. Little lob. Look at that. I tell you what, that's a volley. You score that in the Premier League and that's goal of the week. What a goal. Absolute banger. Luis Diaz. But you've got to give huge credit to Goretzka. The creativity to chip it up like that. Obviously a brilliant finish by Diaz, but this is Bayern Munich for you. Tell you what, I don't mind that manager outfit there. I need to start thinking about some manager outfits, as I said. Where's a good place to get some nice clothing ideas? I'm not doing Southgate waistcoat, I don't think. I've done all that for the sidemen. Well, referee here. Don't know what he's trying to do. Bayern Munich are trying to get a penalty. Nah, I think that's a bit soft if they give that. I really do. They might have a look at it on VAR, but what an assist, says Winnie. It's brilliant by Goretzka. VAR is going to look at this. It looked very soft. Watch how quick they are, though. They won't mess about. Then again, outside the box, you might give that. Arna are good, says Lundershot. All right, Gary. No, throw in, no penalty. Play on. Kimmich not happy. Yeah, probably the right decision. Lockie says, I think it could have been a penalty. Should have been a penalty. Goretzka is a very underrated player. Well, Goretzka's available in the summer. I just wouldn't bring him to the Premier League at that age. Reminds me of us when we brought Schweinsteiger. Where does Mikel Arteta get his clothes from? I don't know. I've never really looked at Mikel Arteta and noticed what he's wearing. I hope other leagues like Serie A give you rights. If Hearts stay in contention and can still win the league, would you do a Scottish Premier League watch-along? I would if they were going to win it, Ross McRae, yeah. They need to win this weekend, Hearts, don't they? Because with... why are Celtic playing Rangers? It must be a cop game, actually. I've just realised that won't be league. Because they've only just played each other. Scottish Cup, quarterfinals, yeah. So Bayern Munich leading here. They have been very dominant, and you sort of look at Mönchengladbach and say you need to attack a little bit more, but it ain't as easy as that. Can see you in the technical area in a pair of white trainers. Oh, I've got the white trainers, Rob. I've got a pair of white trainers, and I've got a pair of the black trainers with the white soles. You know the ones. Trainers were sorted. I've got loads of pairs of shoes as well. I've got proper black shoes, proper brown shoes, white trainers, the black trainers with the white soles. I've got all of that. Don't worry about that. I've got a pair of Air Force. No, I wouldn't wear them. I've got pink boot trainers, but I'd never wear them. Apparently at the draft on Monday, they're doing managers can get a bonus point from the pressure point. You know, where you have to go against the goalkeeper. I'm not wearing a Wenger-style long jacket with the zip, no. Thanks for the super chat, Rob and Ross. Who's going to win the World Cup, says Jordan. Well, you know what? I think the strongest squads in the World Cup are going to be France, Portugal, England. I don't think Spain. I think Spain are a good team. I don't think they've got the squad that England, France and Portugal have got. And then you've got teams like Germany and Brazil and Argentina. Again, I don't think they've got the squads everybody else has got. Corner to Bayern. So I'm interested to see what Germany can do now that they've got Musiala back. They've got Leonard Carl, Gnabry. They've got some interesting players, Germany. Have they got a goal scorer? I like Liam Rosenior's clothing. I do, yeah. I like that style, yeah. I think he's a good shout as a stylist. Very, very well dressed. I do notice him. Pep sometimes is well dressed. I can understand why Spain are favourites, Nico, but I'm just saying their squad isn't as big, and it's not always about that. Is the draft on TV? I don't know whether the draft is streamed. To be honest, I don't know whether they do stream the draft. Voltemada. I think Voltemada gets a lot of unfair stick. I don't think he's terrible, and as people will know, you don't need to have Harry Kane up front to score a lot of goals at international football. Look at Klose. He scored a lot of goals, didn't he? Podolski as well. Do you think you'll be doing Bundesliga next year, Mark? Says Mirals. Well, it's very arrogant of me to say yes. Obviously, I'd like to do it. I mean, we want to go over to Germany and do a live stream there. We were meant to do it in October, but it got cancelled because something came up. So it'd be great to get over and do something. I think that's another opportunity. But it's busy this year. You know, it's busy. And I think for me, it's always about, especially with That's Football, it's about doing something new every year and keep opening up new doors, because I think in life and in what I do, I was at the Sports Industry Awards yesterday. No, it's not sport. It wasn't an award show. It was like a forum, and I was doing a panel speaking to the crowd, and somebody asked a great question, and they said, "What about authenticity? Do you think there's a lot of copying people out there?" I said, "Well, you're always going to get people who copy, and that's why you need to innovate." So I always want to try and do new things, and the Bundesliga last year was a great achievement. Getting the Baller League this year is something new, and there's something else we're working on, hopefully towards Easter, to announce as well. So it's that balance, isn't it, of new things and bandwidth, but I hope we get it next year, yeah. Carl reminds me of Lacey. They play alike, says Danes. Well, let's hope Lacey can go to that level then, because he's doing fantastic things at the moment. LaFresh says, I'd go turtleneck and captain's hat like Katanga out of Indiana Jones. Ethan says, I've just started to learn to drive. Any tips? I'm doing manual. I thought you said, you know, because it's football, I thought you said, I've just started to learn to dive. Any tips? I mean, I'd rather answer that. I've just started to learn to dive in football. Any tips on how to get away with it? I think diving, I used to do it a little bit, is all about noise and gravity. I mean, I didn't play up front, but I used to win a lot of free kicks when I was tired, because as a midfielder, you're basically not expected to take people on. So basically what you do is when you're tired and you want to get a free kick for your team to slow things down, you take somebody on, and as you go past them, you kick their foot and you just lose all body weight. So you sort of like, you knock their foot and you fall in a heap, and then you go, ow! And you always get a free kick. The worst thing about diving is to try and let your body do it. You've just got to, you know, like, it's like, I think, like, the way I used to do it, just imagine switching all your muscles off. Light as a feather. So as you feel contact, you just go, oh, you just shut everything down and you make a noise. People will be going, he's condoning diving. I don't play in the Premier League. I can't get a match ban. Can you see... I've done that one, thank you very much. Ragdoll, yeah. Go down like a ragdoll. Don't roll. No, Hid says you've got to do your rolling as well. No, don't do that. That referees pick up on that. First half has absolutely flown by. You're right, Dan. So Bayern Munich leading here 1-0. Very impressive considering there's quite a few changes to this Bayern Munich team as well. Like Harry Kane's out with a knock. Elise is on the bench. Hopefully we'll see him in the second half. Tar. I don't know whether Tar's injured or he's on the bench. Because Kim Min-jae doesn't normally start. Although someone's going to say he started the last 10 games, you idiot. Yeah, on the bench you've got Tar, Gnabry, Elise. Rainer's on the bench for Mönchengladbach. They could bring him on. The trouble with Mönchengladbach is they've played well, but they've just had no attacking output at all. Nicholas Jackson with a shot, talking about no attacking output over the bar. Do you think he'll be back at the... I've just been sent a link by Ryan, our producer, for Arna. All right, Gary. Do you think Nicholas Jackson will be back at Chelsea? Oh, get ready for half-time. Half-time on Bundesliga is bloody brilliant. Like they always do. You don't get any... there's no pundits talking to you. They do like top 5 goals. It's great. I don't know what it'll be this week, but it is good fun. What is it? Mönchengladbach. There we go. Nice to see Musiala back after that injury, says Recon guy. Yeah, that was Donnarumma. I didn't want it. Over 3,000 watching, actually. Not actually. Over 3,000 watching is absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for getting involved. Please do share the video. Where would you play in the Prem, Mark, says Dirty Street Talker? I'd play holding midfielder. Ian O'Connell says Cunha's very good at that towards the end of the game. Oh, yeah, take the foul, yeah. I don't think Bayern Munich will sign Nicholas Jackson. I think he'll be back at Chelsea. I think somebody will sign him, but I don't think Bayern will sign him. Because Chelsea will want good money for him, won't they? And he's essentially going to be a backup striker at Bayern, so you're not going to want to spend 50 million on a backup. And they shouldn't spend £50 million on Nicholas Jackson. Here he is, though. This should be a goal. It is. Laimer, 2-0, right on half-time. He had all the time. It was Louis Armstrong. He had all the time in the world to finish that. His voice even went deep. We have all the time in the world. Nice play by Nicholas Jackson. See, that's what happens when you try to attack. Mönchengladbach tried to attack, ended up with a 4v3, and look at the pass from Luis Diaz. I mean, that's how you deal. That is a clean counter-attack from Bayern Munich. You can't deny that. Mönchengladbach have tried to go forward, and they've been absolutely destroyed on the break. This is why a lot of teams don't attack Arsenal, because it's like you attack and you get done. Goal and assist for Diaz. I think Liverpool miss him massively. Is that Alan Brazil in the glasses? They miss Diaz massively at Liverpool. And I know he wanted to go, and there's nothing you can do about it. However, he's credible. Look, the manager's not happy there. He's trying to say that that goal had been scored after stoppage time. He's going to go and talk to the ref, I reckon. But it won't make any difference because it's 2-0 to Bayern at half-time. And we'll no doubt get some more goals in the second half. Lunders said, do you think... well, look, he says Liverpool would be title contenders with Diaz this season. I don't know about that. I don't know. I think he would have made a massive difference to them this year. But, yeah. Jackson's got really good hold-up play and passing. Goes under the radar, but he just can't score, says Sam. Allianz Arena is crazy, says Jaff. Diaz changed when he joined Bayern, says Shant. I think he just... I think in relation to Diaz, he wanted to go... He wanted to leave Liverpool, didn't he? He was angling for Barcelona. Then Bayern Munich came in. So, look at the crowd. Look at that. Let's see what they're going to do at half-time. This goal's brilliant. Watch this. Oh, no, that was the Carl chance. Watch. If you didn't see the Luis Diaz goal, get ready for this. Obviously, this isn't it. Oh, yeah, for sure. Liverpool 100% miss Diaz, says Retcon Guy. His pressing game is amazing, and Liverpool struggle to press currently. Look at last year. Yeah, and also look at Gakpo and Salah. They're so bad this season. I mean, I respect Salah, but the bottom line is he's not. It's like playing with 10 men. Well, look at this assist. Little lob volley. I mean, I don't know whether that'll get goal of the month in the Bundesliga, but that would be goal of the month in the Prem. Look at that. Little dink on the volley. It's a great goal. Really is. Does he cleanly volley it as well? It might deflect off the foot. I don't know. It's a great goal. It really is. Liverpool have gone quite strong against Wolves in the FA Cup tonight, by the way. Salah, well, that sounds like a contradiction, but Gravenberch, McAllister, Van Dijk, Gomez, Alisson, Robertson, Szoboszlai. Bit of rotation from Wolves. I suppose for a slot, anything will do. Right, what's the half-time entertainment here? Come on. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. All-time top 11 goals, Bayern versus Mönchengladbach. Here we are. So this is Mönchengladbach. Little flick. It's going to be about the teamwork. That's a good goal. I recognise him. No, I don't. It's not who I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Forsell. Remember Forsell of Chelsea? It's not. It's Oscar Wendt. Nice little team goal, though, to get us going. Because he starts and finishes it, doesn't it? So we're watching the top 11 goals of all time. Mönchengladbach and Bayern. They must have to be playing each other as well. Yeah. Mikel Forsell, yeah. Good goal. That's not Forsell, by the way. Number 10. Lewandowski. Thiago, remember Thiago? God, it's nice watching this actually because you're like looking back at originals. Thiago, remember him at Liverpool? I remember United trying to get hold of him. Never really fulfilled his potential, did he, at Liverpool? Did he fulfill his potential at all? Cross. Nah, he didn't mean that. You can't put that in at number 9. That's a fluke. Mate, that's a fluke. He didn't mean that. You can't just say that. Look, he didn't mean that. That's 100% a cross. 100% that's a cross. Yeah, Thiago didn't feel his potential because of injury. I completely agree. TTV. Yeah, he didn't mean that. Kimmich. Bang. Not bad. Keeper should have saved it. Vidal. Oh, another player that United want. Oh, I loved Vidal again. He'd have been good in the Prem. Should have come to United, Vidal. That was, I remember that summer when he was at Juve. I don't actually think we were in for him, I think it was just like a internet thing, but we really thought we were going to get him. What's the other guy as well? Oh, begins with an N. Nine Golan. Oh, I can't even remember who he played for. I think he played for Inter. Another midfielder that I thought was quite good. Was he Belgian? Yeah. Nainggolan, yeah. Nainggolan. That's a good goal. Is that Lewandowski? COVID goal. Ooh, depressing. Oh my God, look how depressing that was bad, wasn't it? COVID. No fans. He was at Roma, that was it, yeah. Raji Nainggolan, wasn't it? Yeah. Played for Roma. Look, I'm glad we had football in COVID, but what a time. This is another one. This is another COVID one. Maybe we got better goals in COVID because there was no pressure. He still plays for Mönchengladbach in our house. He's on the bench. I'm sure he's on the bench today. Yeah.
This is simply sublime. From Neuhaus, a native of Bavaria. What a goal!
Half time, 2-0 to Bayern. We're watching the best 11 goals scored between these two teams at the moment. I love the half time entertainment. Number 5. Oh, that looks like Sammer. Can't be. That's the 70s, isn't it? That was my dad. Oh, I remember that. That stadium, I remember that. It's the Olympic Stadium, isn't it? I don't know why I know that stadium, but I do remember it. Proper 80s vibe. Oh, the kit's them. Short shorts. What's this? Vintage. It's the vintage category. Netzer, back of the Netzer. Oh, if he played now, that would be. I'd love this. Imagine if this was now. Netzer, back of the net from Netzer. And then another one. Scored 2. Oh, we're getting vintage now. Number 3. Oh, Tekers. Brazilian. Elba. I was going to say Elba. Oh, look at that. The audacity. The audacity. From, not Idris Elba. He played in the bloody 99 final. He did for Bayern. Someone in the chat said Idris Elba. No. I don't know what his first name was, but I remember him. He definitely played in 99. Shoot! Goal. Neuer with the assist. Royce. Royce. Good technique. So what's going to get number 1 then? I actually think there's been better goals than that. People are saying Harry Kane. It depends if he scored goals against Mönchengladbach. No, it's not going to be Harry Kane. It's Robben. Robben. Still Robben. He's not going to score it though. Cross is going to come in. Bang. Oh, what a goal. That's good enough to... Ribery. Well, that is the best goal. Bloody hell, that is a goal, that is. That stayed hit. You know, if you scored one of those goals in professional football in front of that many people, I'd retire off that. I'd be like, that's me. I'm done. Hang it in the Louvre. What a goal. What a goal. Best of February. Right, I'm just going to quickly grab something. Just going to get some. I forgot my water.
Oh, it just keeps getting better and better.
Again. Oh, it's there. It's there. Oh, what a day. I remember Neuhaus being linked to Liverpool a few summers ago. I think he just didn't fulfill his potential, or maybe he just wants to stay in Germany, says Lieutenant Cunha. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with me at the moment. I've had it all week. It's like, I feel a bit nauseous and a bit bloated and just a little bit crampy around the stomach. I think Seb's had it as well. The missus has had it. But I still am hungry to eat. I don't know what it is. A bit of a bug, I think. Tell you what, talking about beer, which we weren't. Let me just see where this beer is from. I think it's French. The hotel I was staying in last night, before we had, we went out for a lovely meal. I can't remember where it was, otherwise I'd shout them out, but it was very busy. Did nice steak in London anyway. And we had a drink in the hotel bar before we went. And you know what hotel bars are like. They don't necessarily have loads of choice. But they had on draft Kronenberg Blanc, which is like got a citrus kick. It was bloody lovely. It was so refreshing. It was absolutely lovely. There's not going to be a pub anywhere around where I live that does it on draft, but it was. That's what happens in London. You can get some. Interesting lagers, but it was very nice. Kronenberg Blanc, I think it's called. It was so refreshing. Very nice. Wouldn't normally have that. It's a bit like a lager and lime, which just wouldn't normally go anywhere near. Second half's about to start. Friday night gang, here we are. Love the Bundesliga Friday night games. I think they're changing the goalkeeper here at half time. I mean, that's confidence, isn't it? I don't think Neuer will be injured. According to producer Ryan, Luis Diaz has got 20 goals and 16 assists this season, which is in all competitions in his first season, which is pretty incredible. And also, Liverpool, you've got Gakpo. You didn't replace Luis Diaz and Salah. You look at Liverpool last season, you've got Mo Salah at his best and Luis Diaz. This season, you've got fallen off Mo Salah and Gakpo. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of goals and assists. If Liverpool had Luis Diaz and Salah as good as last season, they'd probably be in a title race, because they'd easily have another 10 to 15 points. So, have you played NFL 26 on the PS5? I haven't, and I don't think I ever will, because it's probably a pain in the backside to learn. Pooja says, can I have a birthday shout out? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Excited for Baller League? Yeah, I just need to pick out who my rivals are. Somebody said, Seb said everybody. And I'm like, I don't even know who some of the managers are. I mean, you've got Sharky with SDS. You've got Nico. You've got Ginge. You've got Deport Rio. Deport Rio's the one. Mika and Daniel Sturridge. I think they are dodgy. I think there's some dodgy dealings going on there with absolutely no proof. I'm just going to call them the Man City of the league. I think there's something dodgy going. It's Mika Richards. It's the Man City connection. They are the Man City of the league, and I'm starting it now. Deport Rio are there. And also, why did they want to deport Rio? I don't know what that's all about. So they're on the list. Not that list. Who else is there? Idris Elba is an actor, and he'd beat me up, so I don't want to have a rival with him. I'm trying to think. Chloe Kelly, again. If she wants to get him on my grill, then she can be a rival, but I haven't got nothing against her. KSI, he can have a bit. Toby is a bit like Nico and Ginge. I quite like them. I mean, I don't like it. I don't dislike it. I'm trying to think what other teams there are. There's 12 teams. Who else has got a team? Wembley Rangers. Well, they won it last year, so they'll fall off. Toby's VS Vision. I can't think of them. I feel like I'm missing a couple of teams, but I can't think who they are. Oh, N5 is Jens Lehmann's team, isn't it, as well? Alan Shearer, I think, is Wembley Rangers with... Chill says Mika was handing out Rolexes last season to get players to sign. Ah, it's Man City. Once a Man City player, always a Man City player. Get him investigated. MH7, they're not in it this year. John Terry's gone. Mini Minter's gone. And MVPs have gone, which was Alicia Lehmann and... what's her name? Mia Jama. Can't stand Nico. Oh, I love Nico. He's such a. I've always got him really well. Great guy. Really great guy. Genuine as well. Anyway, 2-0 here. Bayern Munich have changed their goalkeeper. No Elise yet. Goal scorers for Bayern are Luis Diaz with the first and then Laimer with the second, right on half-time. I think Mönchengladbach, it's a difficult one. You want to be a little bit adventurous and try and get one back, but you don't want to get beat 4 or 5-0. I feel like I've missed a Baller League team out. Oh, yeah, I know who the teams are now. So there's 3 new teams. There's my team, Gold Devils FC. There's KSI's team, and there is a community final on Monday. One's called Ottomans, which are very good from London, and then there was a northern tournament, which is I think Pathletico FC or something like that. I think the Ottomans will win it. So they're just a team. Like they're a good team, but they haven't got like a identifiable manager, if you know what I mean. They'll probably win it and have no identity, as you know. SE Dons aren't in it. No, they're putting a community team in, so there was a South tournament and a Northern tournament, and the winner of the Northern tournament is playing the South team on Monday. But from what I've seen, I think the team from the South will win. Yeah, so Bayern have changed their goalkeeper here. I don't know if anybody's able to tell us whether that was tactical or injury-based. Being at half-time, I would have thought... tactical. Jonas Erbig is on. He's only 22. One for the future. 6'2", 22. He has played 15 games for Bayern Munich. Bought him from Cologne. Noah was injured and just came back from it. Yeah, I did think that might be done. Yeah, SE Dons were in it, but they got knocked out by Ottomans, who are very good. Although, whoever loses in the final, some of them players will go into the draft. So, Liverpool Wolves is a bore fest, apparently. Dippo Trio and United are still there, yeah. Didn't look like a foul, ref. Play on, let it go. Turn up at your first match in a full kit, Mark. Oh, loads of people have said do the full kit thing, but... Christine says, can you give my school a shout out? Well, I'm not giving my secondary school a shout out. I mean, where is the statue and why haven't you asked me to come and do a speech? Doesn't bother me, but... Outfit poll. Well, to do a poll, I need some outfit suggestions. I think I'll wear a full kit as like, because I won't want to do it. I'll wear a full kit as a manager, as a shout out to my FIFA career mode when it did it, which was weird. But I'll do it as a forfeit if we finish in the... If we finish in the bottom 4, I have to wear a full kit. And there is a chance we'll finish in the bottom 4 because we only got we only formed our team last week and most players had already signed for people then. Yeah, Gamer says Kane and Elise are probably being rested. I think Kane's got a knock and Bayern have got so many good players, they don't need to pick their best players at every game, I suppose. I guess Gnabry's a bench player now, isn't he? I mean, I think Gnabry behind Kane and Diaz and Elise is very effective, but with Musiala back... There he is again. Close him down. Kimmich. Laimer. Oh, I thought he'd scored. He's a good player, Laimer. He was another player that Ralph Rangnick said Man United should sign, and I think he would have been brilliant at Man United. I know he plays at right back, but I think he'd have been a brilliant player at Man United. Another player Rangnick said go and get. Where did Laimer play before Bayern? Leipzig. I feel like he was at Leipzig. Am I right? Yeah, he was at Leipzig, yeah. I feel like we haven't had any ballers coming from Salzburg to Leipzig in a while. That's normally the pathway, isn't it? Salzburg to Leipzig. A lot of German players stay in Germany, don't they? Well, they do, but Voltermader, Newcastle, Havertz, Chelsea. I tell you who's a good German Premier League export. Uwe Rosler. Who do you think's the best German to play in the Premier League? Your top three. Uwe Rosler was a decent striker at Man City. Don't say Wirtz. He might end up being it, but he's not at the moment. Ballack. I don't really remember Ballack at Chelsea doing that well. Gundogan's probably the best shout. I think Gundogan's probably the best. I think Gundogan probably is the best. Rudiger did well at Chelsea. Leroy Sané was okay. I think Gundogan is the best Premier League German. Klinsmann was good, but he wasn't there that long. I think Klinsmann was over there for a year, wasn't he? I think he went to Spurs for a year and then went to Bayern after the World Cup. A lot of people saying Ballack. Yeah, I think Gundogan was exceptional. Yeah, Jens Lehmann's not a bad shout. Yeah, I was thinking about goalkeepers because even Bernd Leno's been a steady goalkeeper at Fulham, hasn't he? I was trying to think of some German goalkeepers. Marcus Babbel. Jackson, he's got to score. He missed it. Oh, he's given a penalty. Yeah. Red card. Wow. Referee. He's given a penalty and a red card. It has to be for depriving a goal-scoring opportunity. This feels a bit harsh to me. I think that's harsh. I think that's really harsh. Because he gets the ball. No. I think that's harsh. Rocco Reitz is off. I'd tell you what, if I was Man United, if that was Man United, I'd be absolutely furious about that. Because he actually gets the ball and then Nicholas Jackson sort of barges into him. And whilst there is a bit of a connection, I don't think it's a red. I wouldn't be sending him off as well. I'd maybe give the penalty, but I wouldn't give a red. How is he depriving a goal-scoring opportunity when he had the shot? Look, I said the officiating's good in the Bundesliga because it's quick. I didn't say it was out without fault. That's a shocking decision. He just seemed to be in a rush after giving the penalty to also give a red card, and I think that was harsh. I think the penalty was soft, let alone a red. A lot of Puma kits in the Bundesliga, isn't there? Oh, interesting take from D. He says, do you think the red could have been for dissent because he wasn't doing anything and then straight to a red? No, I think he gave the penalty and then he suddenly clicked in his head that he should give a red. No. I don't even think it's a penalty, let alone a red card. You know what? He's had the shot as well. Nothing about that challenge stopped him having the shot. It's a shocking decision, that, because he actually shrugged the challenge off to take the shot. Horrific decision, that. Look, some people in the chat are saying this is what happens with Bayern Munich. I don't know. Hyde Yoshi says if the ref gives a penalty there, he's basically obliged to give a red due to the nature of the challenge. Don't think it was a penalty though. No, shocking decision. Do you think Spurs are going to stay up, Mark? Says Hype. Well, I did a video on it in this afternoon, and they're in a relegation battle now, aren't they? I think when it was 4 points, they were almost could be in a relegation battle. I think they are in a relegation battle now, and their next game is actually Anfield. So I don't know. Look, if I was them, I would sack the manager and try and have another manager bounce, because this one hasn't worked. But Tottenham's next 3 games are, well, they've got Atletico Madrid, Liverpool away, Forest at home, that'll be massive, Sunderland away, that'll be tough, Brighton at home, Wolves away, Villa away, Leeds at home, Chelsea away, Everton at home. So there's a few more losses in there, that's for sure. M1 says, clear denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, therefore it's a red and a pen. But, mate, he has the shot. How can you deny a goal-scoring opportunity when he had the shot? The definition of denying a goal-scoring opportunity would be to trip him up so he can't shoot. He has the shot. The challenge doesn't stop him shooting. Now, some people might say, well, the referee played advantage. Well, there's no denial of a goal-scoring opportunity then, is there? And also, it wasn't even a bloody foul. Soft penalty, even softer red card. Great one says you can't even play advantage in the box. I don't know about that. I don't know about the truth about that. I don't know. Tell you what, I'm so glad it's the weekend. I can't say how happy it makes me feel to be sat here watching live match footage with you good people, knowing it's the start of the weekend. And apologies if you've got work tomorrow or anything like that, but oh, I just feel so drained this week. Nearly fell asleep then. No, you know what it is? Every time I go to London, I normally get a driver because I'm normally going for an event, and people will say, oh, posh bridge. It's nothing to do with that. It's like if you go and do like these, what I did yesterday, it was like a panel. You don't get an appearance fee, but they will do your travel. So for me, from where I live to London, it's about a 2-hour drive. So I just go, well, I'll get driven down. But I don't know about you. I just like, I like getting driven down because I don't have to sort out the parking and everything like that. And driving into London's a pain in the arse. So you get, you literally get driven into central London right outside the venue and picked up there. So it's great. But I'm a terrible passenger. I'm not in the back going, you're a knobhead or anything like that. I'm just like, I'm a terrible passenger. I get really, really fatigued by being a passenger in a car. I really do. Sat in the back, sat in the front, I get like motion sickness. It makes me feel really tired. If I'm driving, I don't get it. But as a passenger, I really struggle with it. But I don't really know what the solution is because I'm not bloody driving into London. Ryben says he's working 10 hours tomorrow. It's basically a Sunday night for me. Yeah, the train works better, but it just takes longer. If I get the train, it's a 2-hour train journey, and then you've got to add in getting from the train Marylebone in London to, where was I? Shoreditch. So it's another half an hour on top. Flying would take about 6 hours, wouldn't it, by the time you've checked in, waited for your flight and all that. Train and a taxi, yeah. Read a book in the car. Ricardo, have you ever had motion sickness? I can't even go on my phone. God, if I go on my phone when I'm in a car as a passenger, I'll throw up. I can't read a book. Fucking hell, no. Absolutely not. I'm fine on a train. Fine on a train, but not in a car. Plus says, I saw you at the Den a couple of days ago. Definitely wasn't me. It wasn't me. The refs ruined this game, says Rob Ass. Look, I think, obviously with Bayern Munich, it's very one-sided, but I think the great thing about Bayern Munich, and look, I would never say this about Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal because I don't like them enough, but watching Bayern Munich is a pleasure. I love the way they play football. I think it's a privilege to be able to say this community that we've built officially has Bayern Munich playing on our channel. I mean, that's just something I never thought I would ever say. This we can't be done. This is not copyright or anything like that. We've literally got the rights to put Bayern Munich on our channel. And well done to everybody who's part of this. It's great. So, it's brilliant from that point of view. But also, I think they might have a chance of winning the Champions League as well. And the way they play football is a lot better than a lot of teams in the Prem at the moment. Like, they really do play a brand of football that's not really in the Premier League at the moment. And I thought, and going back to that, I think the intelligence of signing people like Harry Kane, Luis Diaz from the Premier League and Michael Elise, I don't think that's any coincidence. I think those three players are incredible. Do I want Bayern to win the Champions League? I'm conflicted on that. I mean, where do you sit on that? I mean, I genuinely do think the Premier League needs to win the Champions League more. I really do. However, I don't really want Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal to win the Champions League because, as a United fan, I don't want that to happen. Ooh, Gold Devils won their first game tonight. Breaking news, first training session tonight. They played a game, we won 10-3. All hard working, no egos. It's the Goldbridge way. Got a good coach as well, Bash. 10-3 then, we've won our first game. Don't let it get out there though. Pre-season doesn't, necessarily mean anything. So yeah, I didn't answer the question. Do I want Bayern? I'd rather Bayern Munich win the league than any other club outside of Europe. I'm not really bothered about seeing PSG win it again, or Barcelona, or Real Madrid. I mean, respect if they do. I'd like Bayern Munich to win it because I really like Elise, and I really like Diaz, and I really like Harry Kane. So I would like Bayern Munich to win it, and it'd be great as well. First year of having the Bundesliga, that Bayern Munich win it. It would be great for this. But I am conflicted a little bit because I do think the Premier League needs to win more Champions Leagues. But then again, the Premier League has been shit this year. as a brand, I think it's been bad. So, I don't know. Maybe I would like Bayern to win it. Isaac says I'm just smiling because I'm thinking of Spurs getting ready. Who do you want to win the Champions League? Let me know in the chat. And why? And I'll read some of them out. Because I think it's a good question. Not outside of Europe, you know what I mean. Outside of the Prem. No, they're taking the piss now. The teams outside of Europe are looking really strong, says Kelcho. Bodo, oh yeah, I mean, come on, Bodo Glimt. Let's get real. I mean, obviously we're all Bodo Glimt, aren't we? But realistically, and you know what? I understand why Vincent Kompany is resting players, because it's a bit of a trek to the final. You got these 2 games, then you got 2 games in the quarterfinal, 2 games in the semi-final. So you've got 7 games from here to win it. I mean, all in all, it's 15 games to win the Champions League. And that's nearly half a domestic season when you think about it. Like, the Champions League is getting bigger. Super League. I'd love Harry Kane to win it. I mean, I've got to admit, I've been a bit disrespectful to Harry Kane. Not in a personal way, but in an ability way. I couldn't stand Southgate's England, and there was times where I said Harry Kane needs to be dropped. And I think at Spurs, I never really watched him enough. But at Bayern, God, those trousers are baggy. I like them. They're nearly as baggy as... I've got a pair of baggy trousers like that for my manager thing. But no, since Harry Kane's gone to Bayern and since Tuchel's come in at England, I think he is... It's hard not to put him in the best striker in the world conversation. My name's Harry Bain. My name's Harry Bain. My name's Harry Bain. Remember that? Who remembers Harry Bain? Peaky Blinders film's out as well. I didn't realise the Peaky Blinders film. I was going to go and watch it in the cinema. It's on Netflix 2 weeks today. I mean, I might go and watch it in the cinema, but I'm like, it's on Netflix in 2 weeks. So, why would I? Mönchengladbach are down to 10 men here and 3-0 down. I mean, they were going to lose anyway. They were 2-0 down, but a very soft penalty and a very soft red card. It's only in select cinemas, says Eddie. Ah, oh, right, okay. So it really is a Netflix thing. Kane for Golden Boot in the World Cup. There's going to be a lot of goals. Oh, he's got to score. Oh, you've got to score that, pal. Cars drop. Got to score there. Was it Cars drop? No. I think he's a sub who's come on. Yeah, Tbakovic went off. Machino. I love the cinema experience, Eddie. I love the cinema. It'd be very sad if cinemas stop, because I love the cinema. I think it's great. I don't think there's many great films. Oh, imagine when they bring Heat 2 out. I will be all over that film. I will be all over that. I'll go and watch it. I never got to... I have seen Heat. No, I've never seen Heat at the cinema. I didn't go and see it in the cinema when it came out. It's expensive at the cinema. Yeah, well, you could make your own cinema room. If you've got a spare room, I would make your own cinema room. Would you ever go to an NFL London game? Should be Seahawks at the Commanders this year. Seahawks are decent. I think the problem with the NFL, Stephen, and the London games is that we don't necessarily get good teams. But I mean, I'm not massively into basketball, but when I went to New York, which I don't mention, I really wish I really wish I'd gone to. And I will go next time, a basketball game. I don't even like basketball, but I think I would like to go and watch the live experience of it. Oh, Everyman Cinema is amazing, Steve. I was there yesterday in Shoreditch, Everyman Cinema. Was it Shoreditch or Broadgate maybe? Lovely, lovely. There's one in Birmingham. I've not been for years. I went to watch Force Awakens there. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And Rogue One. Spurs' new stadium, highlight of their year next season will be the NFL and if Beyonce does a concert, because it ain't going to be Spurs against Preston, is it? It's a good play by Mönchengladbach. Bit of pace in their attack now. They're down to 10 men. Machino. Shoot! Oh, imagine if he'd scored a worldie from there, all on his own. Cardosa, Bayern winger, 17 years of age, on his debut here, says Sir Albatron. Yeah, they have made a few substitutions here, Bayern. Definitely looking at the Champions League campaign. Upamecano and Laimer off. Luis Diaz off. And he's brought on Cardosa, Stanisic, Urbig and Guerrera. And no Gnabry or Tar or Elise. So it's very much about resting and... which you can understand. What nationality is Nicholas Jackson? I don't like to guess because people can take offence about guessing nationalities. So, what nationality is Nicholas Jackson? Senegalese. Are they going to the World Cup? I don't know many. I don't know who's going to. I don't know what African nations are going to the World Cup. Are any of them going to be any good? I imagine Egypt are going. Morocco. Senegal are going, apparently. Somebody just said, I don't know where he was born, but I can categorically tell you it wasn't in the penalty box. PSG are losing 2-0 apparently. Remember when Pele said there'll be a... I'm sure he said there'll be a nation from Africa who wins the World Cup before... I think he said 2010. I don't think we'll see an African nation win the World Cup in... I can't see it in the next... What are we, 2026? I can't see it before 2040. I just don't see it. You know why I don't see it? I think there's some very good players from Africa, but squads win tournaments. First 11s win tournaments. You can't... Ivory Coast in the 2006 World Cup, everyone thought they were going to be really good because they had the Touré brothers, Kalou, Drogba. But that's not even half a good team. You've got to have a really good first 11 to win a World Cup. And I think that's where African nations, Japan, they all struggle because they just can't produce a whole 11 of good players. And that's why teams like Germany and England and France and everybody will always go into tournament. I mean, England never bloody win it, to be fair, but we have been to two semi-finals in the last couple of World Cups. You got to have a squad. Substitutes are important as well, Bob, but I've never seen an African nation have a good first 11. As I said, I've seen some have a good 4 or 5. I mean, Nigeria in the '94 World Cup were very good, but they still didn't have a very good first 11. They had 4 or 5 really good players, but they didn't have a good first 11. I mean, arguably, is there a better African World Cup performance than Nigeria? Goal! Nicholas Jackson. He's got his goal. That's Nicholas Jackson for me. He is a 3rd or 4th goal striker, isn't he? He scores the 3rd or 4th goal. Does he score the crucial goal? There's a good point there. I mean, this all comes from Carl, doesn't it? Look at this. What a player. Terrible defending. What's the defence doing there? Playing an offside trap in your own 6-yard box? Or have they just given up? I don't know what they were doing there. Good goal. Actually a very good goal, but defensively, they've given up there. 4-0. Would Kane have made a difference today? He's a world-class player. Absolutely world-class player. Yeah, I think Cameroon, Italia 90, quarterfinals. Nigeria 94. I feel like they got to the quarterfinals. Has there been a better African World Cup team than them two? There's a quiz question. Apparently Liverpool are winning 2-0 in the cup. I don't know whether that's a good thing for Liverpool. 1-0, Andy Robertson. I don't know that. Look, obviously, I think Liverpool fans would disagree and say winning and staying in the cup's a good thing, but more games, more games. Morocco, 2022. Yeah, good shout. How did I miss that? Liverpool have got 2 goals in 2 minutes, but the second goal is offside, says Chief AJ. Morocco got a 4th place in the 2022 World Cup. Cameroon got quarterfinals in 1990. Senegal did quarterfinals in 2002. Ghana did quarterfinals in 2010. And they would have done semi-finals if it wasn't for Luis Suarez. So I missed Ghana in 2010. What was his name? Gian. The striker who played for Ghana. Wasn't he at Sunderland? Nigeria did not do quarterfinals in '94. They did round of 16. So the 3 best are, well, Morocco's the best, 4th place, and then you've got Cameroon in Italia 90, Senegal in 2002, and Ghana in 2010, who did the quarterfinals. But Ghana would have done semi-finals if it wasn't for Luis Suarez handball on the line. It is 2-0 to Liverpool. Salah scored. Ooh, that's a bad tackle on Nelly Carl. He's all right, though. What are we saying about this young lad for Bayern Munich, then? Cardosa. Is he the next big thing as well? Because one thing about Bayern Munich is they actually do produce some absolute ballers as well. He's a good player. Coming on for Mönchengladbach. I've seen him cameo before. What's his name? I'm sure he came on a game before where we watched Mönchengladbach and he was really good. Cardosa is Brazilian. Born in Sao Paulo. And he's only 17 in October. I'm just looking at this lad who's coming on. should recognise him if it's the one I think it is. Is it Moya? Whale Moya? Might be him. If it's the one I think it is, he came on in a game before and he was really good. Yeah, I've looked at him before. He's 17. He's just 17. So let's see if they can get the ball to him. Number 36. For Mönchengladbach. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We are doing Wrexham-Chelsea tomorrow in the FA Cup at 5:30 as well. So I haven't really been paying that much attention to the FA Cup, but I am going to do that tomorrow. I think England are going to win the World Cup, Robert. It might be romance, it might be stupidity, but I think England, as long as he keeps people like Luke Shaw away from the team, I think we'll do it. I tell you this. I mean, look, I don't know anything about Cardosa for Bayern, but I have seen this Whale Moya play for Mönchengladbach. He cameoed for about half an hour before, and he looks really good. But obviously, we will have to wait and see. He is of Moroccan descent, but born in Germany, so he's played for the German youth team all the way through. Are you going to do Newcastle City, Mark? I don't know, Reese, because I'm thinking of doing an 8 o'clock show on the United Stand whilst that's on, which is probably what I'll do. I don't know whether I could be asked to do 2 FA Cup watch-alongs. I'm not that into it. What left-backs would you take for England, says James? Well, Nico O'Reilly and Lewis Hall. That's good play. Oh, that's a bad pass. Interesting comment here from Sir Albatron. He says, Cardosa only signed for Bayern in 2024. He was discovered through the FC Bayern World Youth Programme. Remember Barcelona were doing that and they closed them all down. They had one in India, didn't they? And they closed it down. I don't know whether they've got them in other areas. I know there was one in Australia as well. Mark, who is the player you think of if I say really good for their country but underwhelming for their clubs? Mine would be Andre Schürrle. Good for country but bad for club? Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who just scored loads of goals for the country and then didn't do it very much for their club. Luke Shaw. Yeah, it's a good question. I can't really think of anybody. I mean, Klose scored a lot of goals for Germany. I don't know what he did in his actual career. Harry Maguire, a lot of people saying Harry Maguire. Memphis Depay. Shaqiri. Well, I've enjoyed this, having this back. Maybe it's not been much of a two-sided affair, but I think watching Bayern Munich is always a pleasure in the relation to the way they play the game. And look, we might be looking at a team that can go deep into the Champions League, although it's a tough side of the draw. Bayern will play the winner of Man City or Real Madrid if they can knock Atalanta out. So as I said, for Arsenal, you're laughing, aren't you, in relation to the title race? Because if Man City want to do well in the Champions League, they've got to play Real Madrid twice and then probably Bayern twice just to get to the semis. And there, you're going to play PSG or Liverpool, probably. Or Chelsea. What about Calvin Phillips? He did quite well for England, didn't he? But wasn't particularly good. Frankie, very, very good super chat anyway. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Oh, got a goal! And he has scored! Oh, just. I was going to say, Gold Devils FC. We're going to win. We've seen it all. We've won. We're going to win the lot. My scouting powers are incredible. I mean, it's a bit of a tap-in, but he still scored. I did say watch out for him. He's only 17. He's a good player. But, I mean, I would have scored that. But I still shouted him out. I still said, watch out. And there he is. Nice moment for him. I mean, that's probably his first goal, isn't it? Didn't act like it was his first goal. I feel like it was his first goal. It is his first goal in senior football. Does Calvin Phillips even play anymore? I haven't heard of him. I think he was at Ipswich, KZ, but I mean, he'd be on a very good contract at City still, won't he? Because they pay good money for him. Denise says, with regards to PSG, they're burnt out this season and they've got injuries as well. Yeah, I mean, I think PSG are a conversation that people want to ignore, but we shouldn't ignore. They were literally burnt out. Like, literally burnt out. They've not stopped playing football for about 18 months. It's just impossible. Great question, great comment by Jack. He says the Bundesliga is much quicker than the Prem. Well, the Bundesliga used to be the league that was closest to the Prem in relation to speed and intensity, but I think this season it's taken over because the Premier League has slowed down. The Premier League has become very stop-start and focused on set pieces. The Bundesliga, we don't see long throw-ins. We don't see crowding of the goalkeeper. We don't see, you know, taking 2 minutes to take a corner. It is quicker because the game flows quicker. Calvin Phillips is at Sheffield United, says Big. They're normally very good games to watch because they're just different. Wants a handball. Corner. Premier League's turning into the old Serie A, says hello. They need to do something about it. I think they'll fix the corner issues. I think they'll speed up throw-ins. That'll help. The Premier League can sort itself out by getting the ball into play more. If the ball's in play more, then the intensity and flow will go up. You see that tonight. We see it every Friday night. The games, I mean, look, we're nearly done already. Because the ball's always in play. See, that corner's been took already. Like, they didn't even get to show the replay of the shot because they've already took the corner. In the Premier League, Declan Rice would be stood there with his arm in the air and they'd all be pushing and shoving and the ref would be blowing his whistle. Biggie says, do you think Morgan Rogers is good enough to start for England? I think with Harry Kane, and they do it with Bayern as well, I think with Harry Kane, he likes to drop in, so he needs fast players to run past. So at Bayern, he's got Musiala, he's got Gnabry, he's got Elise, he's got Carl, he's got Diaz. For England, you got Saka, Rashford, and then Cole Palmer or Rodgers for me. I don't think Bellingham... Will Bellingham run past Kane? Or does he want to be part of the build-up? And that's the thing. I personally think Bellingham could play a bit deeper, play next to Rice, and then play Rodgers or Palmer. I mean, it means no place for Anderson, but I almost think you could play Bellingham in a pivot to get him in the team. Another goal? No. Watch how quick they take this corner now then. So that's only just gone out for a corner. We're watching the replay and they've took it. See? It's mad. Exhibit A on the last 2 corners. They're so quick. There's no fucking about. And it's ingrained into every Bundesliga side. It's just get the ball and throw it. Get the ball and take it. There's no... Even goal kicks, it's just quick. And I don't know how they've done that. I don't know whether over the years referees have just booked people for time wasting, but it's just quick. Calc says Bellingham's ego won't let him play as a box-to-box player. The thing about Bellingham is I do like him, but if you play him in behind Harry Kane and Harry Kane drops in, they'll get in each other's way. You've got to run, the number 10's got to run past Harry Kane. Foden won't work. Foden doesn't, I don't even know. Do you think Foden might not even go to the World Cup? Mönchengladbach. Over the bar. I mean, they've had some chances. Jax says a good thing as well. Other than Harry Kane, England have got no good strikers. You compare that to the 90s when you had Shearer, Wright, Cole, Fowler, Sheringham. Shearer. Yeah, you said Shearer. Ferdinand. Yeah, if Harry Kane got injured, England would have to use... I don't know, Watkins has been crap. Ivan Toney's playing in the bloody Saudi League. You can't use Delap. Tammy Abraham, I don't know. I don't know what's happened to... I don't know why we're not producing strikers though. I don't know why we've not got strikers coming through. I mean, I don't think even in the under 21s there's any decent strikers coming through. Everybody wants to be a footballer, but we don't seem to be producing strikers. Strange. Take Danny Welbeck, says Denise. You could. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Absolutely loved that and appreciate you as ever. I will be back with you next Friday night for more Bundesliga action. Remember the name, Wael Moya of Mönchengladbach. I think he's going to be a good player of the future. 4-1, 5 goals. Can't get much better than that. Stay safe, everybody. Don't forget, I'm back tomorrow for Chelsea's game against Wrexham. It'll be interesting to see Wrexham, actually. I haven't seen Wrexham in about a year. They're quite Route 1, but they're doing well in the Championship, so I'm looking forward to that. Check out the Spurs video if you want to. Also, I did a United stand video earlier as well, talking about Bruno Gomes to Manchester United. Stay safe, take care. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you very much.